Hey guys, welcome to a new video, and in today's video we are going to be looking at presidential 2020 election prediction, Elizabeth Warren versus Donald Trump. So I just want to I'm just going to jump right into this and say that, just point out a couple of things first, that Elizabeth Warren is going to do a worse job in these parts of the nation than Hillary Clinton did. She's going to do a worse job in these parts of the nation than Hillary Clinton did. She's going to do much worse in this part of the nation than Hillary Clinton did. And so, yeah, this is not going to be a good prediction for Elizabeth Warren whatsoever. We'll start out with California, the inevitably blue states. I'll just jump right over here first. Okay. Actually, I'm going to take New Hampshire off. I'll come back to that. The only real inevitably blue state in the Midwest is Illinois. I'll give her New Mexico. And for Donald Trump, I'm going to give him Arizona, Idaho, Montana, Wyoming, North and South Dakota, all five in Nebraska, Kansas, Oklahoma. I'm going to give him Texas, Louisiana, Arkansas, Missouri, Iowa, Ohio, Kentucky, West Virginia, Indiana, Tennessee, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, South Carolina, and yeah. So automatically, Trump starts out with a lead in safe states. Mostly because I gave him states that Clinton ran up the totals in 2016: Arizona, Texas, Georgia, and I gave him the states that he won pretty fairly in 2016 that went for Obama in either 08 and 2012, which was Ohio and Iowa. The first thing I want to do is look at Virginia and North Carolina. Let's look at North Carolina first, because I think this is a bit easier than Virginia. I think that one would go moderately to Donald Trump. I don't think he would. I think he would do slightly better than he did in 2016, but I don't think he would do overwhelmingly better than he did in 2016. It's going to be about the same turnout. It's a reliably red state. It would go for Donald Trump, and I just don't think that Elizabeth Warren would appeal to voters there. Next up to the state of Virginia. This one's difficult because I think the only reason that Hillary Clinton won this was because Tim Kaine was a running mate. She didn't win it by much. You see how much Donald Trump won the state of Indiana because Mike Pence was his running mate, and it's a reliably red state, but you see how much Hillary Clinton won by in Virginia with Tim Kaine as a running mate. You know, I don't think that Elizabeth Warren would appeal very well to voters down here in Virginia. And she can appeal very well to the ones up around Washington, D.C. But if she can't appeal to the rest of the state, there's a good chance that she could lose that state. And I'm going to lean it to Donald Trump for that exact reason. As for the state of New Hampshire, I'm just skeptical to give it to Donald Trump at this point. It's a reliably blue state. It is. Hillary Clinton won it. And not to mention, Elizabeth Warren, is neighbors with New Hampshire, understands them better. It's a northeastern appeal, and so I'm going to lean it to Elizabeth Warren. I'm going to give this electoral vote in Maine solidly to Donald Trump. There's no way that Elizabeth Warren appeals to rural voters. I'm going to give Florida to Donald Trump. I'm going to lean it to him because I just don't see her being able to bring out the minority vote, I don't see Elizabeth Warren ever being able to do that. If Hillary Clinton wasn't able to do it as strong as she is, I don't see Elizabeth Warren being able to do it. And for that reason, I'm also going to lean the state of Nevada to Donald Trump. Next, let's go to the state of Colorado. For the legalization of weed and that sort of support thing, I'm going to lean this one to Elizabeth Warren. I think it would be within 5 points. I think it would be much closer than it was in 2016 and past election years, but I think it would lean ever so slightly to Elizabeth Warren. Up to the state of Minnesota, I think that one would go moderately for Elizabeth Warren. I don't see that going to Donald Trump. People think it will go to Donald Trump, but you just need that horrible of a Democratic candidate to offset the state of Minnesota from the Democrats. And I just don't think that Elizabeth Warren is that terrible of a candidate to turn away the state of Minnesota. If Hillary Clinton is it, certainly Elizabeth Warren isn't. And so for that reason, I'm going to give that moderately to her. Now for the state of Wisconsin. Now this is the only state in the Rust Belt that I actually think is becoming more and more conservative each election year. And I just don't see Michigan or Pennsylvania flipping again for a while. Now, Wisconsin, I think there is a good chance that this one could flip again in 2000 or retain again in 2020 and election years even after that, because it has become a true toss-up state in 2008, 2012 to 2016. I think in both state level and national level. And for that reason, I'm going to lean it to Donald Trump. I don't think Elizabeth Warren would appeal to white working class like past Democrats have. She just doesn't do it. And the Democratic Party has shown the state of Wisconsin that they really don't care because they're reliably blue. And if there's any way to alienate voters, that's the best way to put it. That we don't care because you're reliably blue. And that's what Hillary Clinton did, and she lost the state, and the rest of the blue wall fell with it. So it's really fallen upon the past presidential elections and past elections and national level elections that are really not making the Democrats look good in some of these reliably blue states because they think that they have them in the bag. And now for the states of Michigan and Pennsylvania. Like I said, if there's any state that I believe is becoming more red, it would be the state of Wisconsin. But the other two states, well, the other three states, Minnesota, Michigan, and Pennsylvania, just aren't going as fast as Wisconsin. Maybe they are trending red, but they aren't going as fast as Wisconsin is. And for that reason, I'm going to lean both of those to Elizabeth Warren. For the sake that they just aren't trending red as fast as actually, hold on just a second. Like I said with the minority turnout, I'm kind of rethinking my own opinion here. I'm going to turn the state of Pennsylvania into a lean Donald Trump. Why? Because Elizabeth Warren is not going to do any better than Hillary Clinton did at bringing out the black vote. She doesn't have the appeal. She doesn't have anything to bring out the black vote. So I'm going to lean Pennsylvania to Donald Trump for that exact reason. But I'm going to keep Michigan leans blue. I think that she would win that. I just don't see Michigan flipping again, So as I showed you earlier, I said that Elizabeth Warren is not going to do very well here. She's not going to do very well here, and she's not going to do very well here. And that's what an election map would look like between Elizabeth Warren and Donald Trump. Thank you for watching. If you have suggestions, leave them down in the comments. Future videos, also down in the comments. Future matchups, also down in the comments. And thank you for watching.